Oh, they done heard all the topics. Okay, we on.
What's up, y'all?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I still got my coat. Oh, you got that Jeezy. Look, you got it ready. Hey,
Yeah.
who y'all got? I heard that Jeezy playing, so I guess I know what side you on.
No.
Oh, you want with Gucci?
Yes, sir.
Cool. I'm glad to hear that. Gucci got him.
That's what I'm talking about.
Gucci has,
There's no way.
Don't say it's close. I mean, don't say it's like a big win by either of them.
What you mean?
No, because he was about to say.
The thing is, this is a battle of hits. It's ain't a battle of who got the best album. Like,
right. This is about who got the hits.
Who
20
has the
songs
hits,
for 20
like-
songs. I'm questioning any of our friendships if any of you say Gucci.
oh no, well then,
Bruh,
Bill,
yeah,
me and you, we just ain't rocking, bro.
Hey, yeah, look.
Gucci
that's
got that
tough.
in the bag, bro.
So the thing with Jeezy.
Gucci against anybody else. He
No.
got him. But for this, the hits, I don't know if Gucci got 20 hits for Jeezy.
So look, with Jeezy,
Are you sure?
I don't.
you got Can Ban the Snowman, you got Trap or Die, you got The Recession.
So you're talking albums.
Thug motivation.
That's what I'm saying. Thug
But
Motivation.
you're talking.
I'm talking
about,
albums.
We're talking about
But
20.
I'm saying
20
catalog. I'm saying catalog.
That's
since
why I said
2005
this is a battle
until
of hits.
now.
Hits. Yeah.
This is
20
not a battle of albums.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is why Jeezy can't win, because all you can do is say
Damn.
he got this album, he got this album.
But
he got
there
this
were
album.
classics.
Jeezy came out. Jeezy's albums were trash. I mean, Gucci's albums were trash.
Terrible.
Gucci's albums will always be trash.
And then if you
Yeah.
look
I
at
think
Gucci-
Gucci-
but-
yeah, big
but
thing.
then-
Gucci
but
talked
then
about
if
that.
you look
they
at-
don't- that-
if you look at the features that Gucci has on a lot of if you look at some of the features Gucci had, some of them
True, but I mean,
The who?
the
Jeezy has
features
too.
like the other people, when he was with all those other rappers and some.
True.
I'm telling you, Jeezy got this one, brother.
I can't. I
Tune
can't.
in Thursday. We might have to mess around and watch that live because I'm
I
telling
think we should go through it now. I think we should go song for song right now.
Look,
I ain't
I hope my
can't-
wife tuning in. My Nicole is the biggest.
it's two different crowds too.
It is.
It's
It
two
is.
different crowds.
It
You got
is.
the it's like the
Corporate
corporate,
thugging.
the corporate,
Yeah, corporate
thugging,
thugging,
and you got the
straight
hood. Like,
hood.
Yeah, see, I feel as if Jeezy should have went against Ti. I feel like that would have been more
balanced.
more balanced.
So
because
you're
they were
saying
both they were both like mainstream industry. Like,
That's what I think. I think
Jeezy was in the hood.
So
making
let's
YouTube
think
videos,
about
like,
why this is going to break the internet. Jeezy tried to kill Gucci,
this
and
is
then
true.
that's the whole reason their careers blew up. These two men should have never been in the same room again.
I mean, at this point though,
How do you
Gucci done went to prison. Like,
Yeah, and I'd even say that
he got a
Jeezy
baby on
situation
the way.
made him
Like, I
famous.
don't think they on that type of time. Like,
But when we talk
he
about
tried
that,
to kill you.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I get it. Like,
That is, yeah.
And this was before their careers.
but it's obvious.
Right.
It's
This is when they
obvious
were
that
just taking off.
it's obvious that they've already talked, like,
Like,
squashed
05.
everything.
You think so?
I don't think I think
They wouldn't be at this point.
I don't know if they had to talk.
that's what I'm saying. I literally
So you
think,
think it's gonna be virtual,
that's how the first battles were. That's what people are trying to
or they're
say.
gonna be in person?
People
like
want them in the
like
same-
Monica and Brandy.
Yeah, people want them in the same room because that'll look good just for hip hop in general right now.
Right,
Because there's so
right.
many murders, there's
Right,
so
right,
much
right.
beef.
Yeah.
Right.
If them two can be in the same room and negotiate their
You
problems
got another Jeezy.
on the live, oh wow,
You got
Wow.
another Jeezy.
y'all really on this Jeezy wave,
Yeah,
huh?
Jeezy all day.
All right, y'all acting like y'all remember Gucci. That's
No,
cool.
I
That's
remember
cool.
Gucci.
They know what I'm saying.
I remember
That's
Gucci.
cool. That's cool though.
Guwap was my guy, but them two against each other. And you gotta remember, I lived in Atlanta for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So that trap music was literally all you heard. Like,
Exactly.
so
Who
stuff
started
that
trap music?
Huh?
Who started trap music?
see, that's where the king of the
T.I.
South comes.
That's what a lot of people
T.I.
say. Ti, but did he?
I think T.I. made it mainstream. I think trap music
Okay.
was already going underground. It was already huge. I think T.I. just took it to the airwaves
Okay.
and started that sound. Yeah, it's probably T.I. But it's so many.
This is
It is.
tough.
It's
Now that I'm
so-
just going through so
Yeah, you gotta go through the best of each one to
Jeezy,
really
Jeezy,
see them
man.
hits.
Jeezy guy.
Jeezy
It's gonna be
like
great.
Jeezy.
Like,
I mean, think of the
Jeezy
old like
like
Salem
Jeezy.
banquet parties.
hey, hey,
Can
Well,
Man and
that's-
Snowman.
that snowman
You
came
could go.
out.
You could go through Thug Motivation and listen to every
Every song.
single song
Every
back
song.
to
I'm
back
telling you.
to back.
And these are just the albums, not even the mixtapes, bro. Like,
If you go to mixtapes, Jeezy is not touching Gucci. Point blank. Period.
But nobody ever listened to Jeezy mixtapes.
Trap or Die was a mixtape when it first came out. That's what made him famous.
yeah,
So I mean, but I don't know. We just gonna have to see Thursday. That's all I can say because I can talk about this all day.
So
Who has the best story?
Ooh,
Because that's who really people really gonna rock with.
I'm not
And
gonna lie.
who? What have you? The question comes up now. What have you done for me lately? Gucci's on top.
He is, and I used to say
Yeah.
I respect Jeezy more for the corporate thugging and all that, but just keeping it corporate. But Gucci has changed his whole image.
Yes.
the Gucci's putting
Even
out
getting veneers
people,
in his mouth.
He brought 1017 back.
Yeah,
He did.
Yeah, he's putting people
He
out.
did.
He's
And he's really doing business.
yeah.
Right.
If
Family man now.
you
Family
look at
man,
the
married.
storyline,
Right.
like where
got people got the whole hood want to get in shape.
yeah, good.
Exactly. Took the ice cream cone off his face.
Yeah,
His
like-
man has changed.
Gucci was
Good
was-
teeth.
right before
Great
Gucci went to
veneers.
jail. Gucci was in a tough place. I remember I was in Atlanta when he was wilding out in the mall, and he was trying to fight everybody. Like it was a
Real.
whole. Y'all remember that? And
Mhm.
Gucci was just in
Mind
the
you,
mall.
Gucci's like 6'5".
Yeah, good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Gucci
Yeah.
huge.
I know he was the
Yeah.
same size as Waka, and Waka like a.
So
Yeah.
so I feel like story, just I guess is also what's been portrayed in the media. Everybody kept up with Gucci. Gucci did this. Gucci did that. So I
Right.
just feel like overcome the story. Gucci got the story.
Gucci got the story.
Good.
Yeah.
Gucci got the story. To come out of prison, I think they kept Gucci there. They sent another person back. I don't know who that was.
I remember that theory of clone. I remember
Yeah.
that theory of clone.
Man,
He's
he-
pretty skinny.
He came back and still putting out some quality music. But man,
So that also makes me ask: have you read Gucci? Have y'all even heard about Gucci's book?
Gucci's book. I heard about.
And he talks about like just his actual journey and just gives advice during his journey. Some of the things I read about. I haven't finished the whole book, but like he was born in Alabama. He
Yeah,
wasn't even
I was
born in
supposed to
Atlanta.
say that, yeah. They
Yeah.
moved up there.
Mhm.
he got a book.
To,
Yeah, Gucci has a book, and it
Mm.
talks
Sun
about
Valley, Sun Valley Apartments.
So how do you feel? I guess
Valid.
this brings it up, and again, I'm not either way. I just want to ask. How do you feel like when rappers put out all of this, music about, killing
One
drugs,
thing,
all of this
right.
stuff, and then they come back later, and now they're trying to push their community or trying to,
I feel some type of way about that type of hypocrisy. Like, for example, Future. We found out it was some documentary, and they admitted Future doesn't even drink sodas. That's how clean and healthy he is.
Mhm.
But he raps about lean, syrup, pills, Molly,
right.
everything. But this man is one of the healthiest people out here.
Yeah.
And it was like, why?
I think it's tough to call it hypocrisy though,
Okay.
because, and I feel like there's a balance. I know what you're saying, but for me, it's like you don't know what that man had in stake of like trying to get his family to a better position.
I got you.
And some people are willing to risk it all, morals, values, and all,
Mm-hmm.
to get out of the situation that they're in.
Mm.
So if it's like, hey, if I got to talk about this to make sure that my grandma stays straight, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
But then there's the
Like,
line of where do you not
Yeah.
sacrifice your morals and values?
that was the
for the
word I was
greater
looking
Because
for.
there's so many
Right.
young people
Right.
who I
Who are-
try to tell them down, when we're at virtual academy, like they're watching this, I'll be like, yo, you don't live in the hood no more.
right.
Like you're gonna
Right.
watch it, take from it that he made it out.
And they're
Mhm.
not emotional. They're not. Their minds are not
Yeah,
mature enough
yeah.
to be able to say that
Exactly.
this is not real.
Exactly.
it's-
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing.
No,
with
no,
you
I
saying.
get what you're saying.
It
though.
just sucks that in one form you got these kids, like you said, that they want to get out of this situation so bad
Mhm.
that they're willing to do anything. But it's like, where do you find the
Yeah,
balance
yeah,
in
yeah.
losing all your morals and values?
Because of so many kids, and this is across the board, so many kids are being raised by music,
Right.
right? So
Wow.
they're living that lifestyle and want to see and do that stuff because that's what they listen to.
Right.
Right.
I remember years ago when they came out and they were going through this huge debate. Music doesn't cause you to do this. Music doesn't have this
Oh,
effect
yeah.
on, and it does. Like especially
Music is easily our biggest influence.
the biggest influence, and especially when you're pumping that into your brain all the time, and I think that's the biggest thing. That I think I would love for more rappers, and I guess I'm answering my own question, is to come out and kind of speak about it more. Like I did this because of this, but this,
Right.
This is where I am. Like seeing Jeezy tell all the kids to do X, Y, and Z, but his son just went to Harvard or
Mhm.
or Morehouse or something. You know,
Yeah.
Did not know that.
yeah.
Wow.
His son just
Yeah.
got some huge, it's from the college. So I'm like, but there's thousands and thousands of kids because of your music decided to choose this path and didn't have the same outcome.
This is true.
Exactly.
It's true.
It's super.
And so you're saying it's essentially on that journey, people should be given like the gems and advices.
Yeah. I feel as if it should be a balance, like
It should definitely be a
of this is what I went through, but at the same time, this is what I've used to get me to this point.
So let me flip that.
Yeah,
Congratulations, because I know
man.
you just got your certification.
I appreciate that.
And I remember the biggest thing that kind of stuck with me was you saying it was a 5-year journey.
Yeah,
It wasn't just one test that
No,
took a
heck
couple
no.
of weeks. And
Heck no.
to someone else who wants that journey and just might be intimidated by like just the first thing 5 years, like, man, I don't have 5 years to do that. What would you know what I'm saying? So what
One
was
of the-
your
One of the biggest things that happened, because I was exactly there. I remember because I took 8 years off after my undergrad before I decided to go back and get my master's. I remember one of my biggest issues was I'm gonna be 35 when I'm licensed. What does that look? I remember being upset. I don't want to do it. And I remember watching a video, and I don't know. I think God sent it down. I remember watching because I'm always listening to motivation speaking, and one of the speakers said, "You're gonna turn 35 anyway. So why not have something when you turn 35?"
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you that, flip the switch in my head of like, I want future Daniel to be thankful for what I started today,
Mhm.
right? So when I said earlier the test, people ask, how do you feel? How do you feel? It's not even like the test didn't culminate the way that the past 5 years happened, right?
Mhm.
So you didn't have it was anticlimactic, right? So I got to this test, I saw I passed, emotions rushed, but it wasn't because I passed the test, it's because I survived so much stuff and just making the decision. And I remember, like we talked about, driving up and back and forth from Radford. I'm in the car, like screaming in the car, like I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know how I'm about to start this because people don't understand. Like I had to start from scratch as far as relearning some of the things, And I'll be honest, I was a football player. When I was an undergrad, it wasn't my attention was on football.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as much on school, so I didn't carry it. Then I took 8 years off. So when I went back to my master's degree, I was relearning everything. And I'm in there with people who know this stuff and are really at that point already, know APA style, know how to write. One of my first big papers I turned in, the professor said, "Daniel, you suck at writing." This is the professor. Your writing is terrible. She was like, "I'm not going to give you an F because that would fail you from my class if you get an F. But I am going to give you a D. Your content is there, but your writing is bro. That's why when I write now, I take so much ownership into it. So it's so much that goes into the story. So my biggest thing, to answer your question directly, is to what would what life is like without whatever you're about to start. You already know, you already know what that looks like. Why not see what it looks like if you try, right? You know what I'm saying? The worst that can happen is you're right back where you are now, right?
like that?
That's the worst. That's the worst thing is that you're here. And so with me, it's just been a whole bunch of stuff. But knowing, and I know you'll get into this, knowing that the moment you decide to start, the world not just going to sit down. The universe not going to just let it happen. There's so many oppositions going to come now because of it that you're going to hit and you're going to decide, okay, this is enough, or I'm going to keep pushing through it. Mm-hmm. So that's that. I think that's the biggest thing. Be prepared for the opposition. Decide not to quit. You got to decide up front. No matter what happens, I'm going to get this, and I'm going to make it through it. And then also, you just have to realize, I'm going to turn whatever that age is anyway. Right. So I might as well have something. Now I'm like, what's next? Right. So now
is that a scary thought? What's next?
It was before. But now, after yesterday, and I look back over everything, it's just excuse my language, bad shit gonna happen regardless. Mm-hmm. So you might as well allow bad shit to happen while you're working towards something, right? So I'm like, what can I do in the next 5 years? Right. What can I obtain? So those are the biggest things that I think the test doesn't even. The test is just showing everybody else what I did. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's all the passing and the LCSW just showing, but you have no idea the story. You have no idea, and all of us have that,
Right.
that point.
I love it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like you were just kind of surviving through it, or truly trying to thrive and
Man.
get everything you could out of it?
So often, I was just surviving. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It took me realizing why I was doing it, right? To really, because I think survival comes when it's just a day-to-day thing. You know, it's just something that you feel like you gotta do. It was that shift of I get to do this, right? And surrounding myself with people who were on that journey and they're thriving in what they're doing, you know. So I don't think you can do but so much until you see an example of it, right? So being surrounded with the exes and then my other mentors and all of that stuff and seeing them thrive, I think that's what flipped the switch. And then my wife, you know, having a reason why, you know, change into that. But I'm telling you, man, it's
a beautiful thing.
It is, but the work starts now.
Oh, no.
Like all that time was cool, but the real work starts
doing something with it
now. Like God, you trusted me. You know, you trusted me with this thing because I know so many people who took the test and didn't pass on the first time. Right? I know so many people who had to do this multiple times, and I was prepared. It's all a part of the story. Pass or fail. I was just blessed enough to pass on my first try, but now it's what I'm gonna do with it.
Right.
That's deep, bro. Yeah, I found myself in school right now. Just I don't even think it's surviving anymore. I'm just to the point now where I'm just like,
but it's
next semester we'll get this figured out again.
Would you
right
agree
now,
in flip flops though? Like I think you have to get like
with the surviving and
thrive. I think you have to survive.
That's why I look at the definition of it. The definition of thriving says to prosper or flourish.
Wow.
Grow or develop well vigorously.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do one without the other. Like you can't.
Talking boy.
Wow. Nah, yeah. And when you were saying that, you was like, I was surviving. I think you still survive while you're thriving. Like you're still. I'm trying to think of it because there's so many peaks and valleys in a path.
Yeah.
You don't want to just be on a high the whole time.
Right.
So if you ask somebody,
that's a hard fall.
Are you thriving? Or are you surviving? I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
On a school context, I know I'm not thriving right now.
But see, you are though because you still go. So it's still that.
Yeah, so
growing component.
So that's what I think. I guess when I think of survival, it's like it's not always feeling good. It's not always all these great bells and whistles that come with what you're doing. Just the survival standpoint of I just gotta write this paper to get to where I'm going to thrive at, where I'm going to be able to use this. I think you survive to be able to thrive, right? So I think you go through those things, but I think surviving, you have to embrace the survival mode of this is what I said I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna set out and I'm just gonna survive it. No haircut, no eating ramen noodles. Like I think that's the survival part of it.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of no haircut, it is No Shave November. To everybody out there doing it.
You did another no last year. It's another no November you did last year.
Let's go to the comments. Let's see what you
can. Oh man, somebody said Jeezy, Mr. Swift.
Somebody congratulated you.
Somebody said old Gucci, not new Gucci.
Yeah, I'm with that. Definitely old Gucci, not new Gucci, but it's a lot of old Gucci.
Miss Winchell, I appreciate you. Pam. She just finished up a return to higher ed as an adult, and it was so different. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But one thing I can say to that, Miss Pam, is that you're needed when you're needed, right? So that was one of the big things with age, even though I wasn't old, is that I didn't know at the time period that all this stuff's about to come. I remember telling my cohort is like, we're going to be pushed into the world right when we're needed, right? So if you look at my first year of grad is when Trump got elected, and then we go through this process. And right now, where we're at in the pandemic, social workers are needed more than ever. So you don't know when you're needed, Miss Pam. So keep going. And then I
love that.
Appreciate you, Miss Coles. The kids love you, by the way. They be talking about you, so I appreciate you.
Hey, that's all I love. And I know that's got to be a good feeling when you do succeed and then just get the praise and see all the people that you actually have supporting you.
it's hard to what's the word I'm looking for? Because I'm such a like this is just stuff I go through. This is just stuff that happens. So it's so hard for me to celebrate it, you know, or be happy about it because I'm naturally this humble. I'm naturally this person. So I love it and I appreciate it. It just shows the support and the prayers that were out there. So that really is what means the most. But
yeah, and I remember I'm proud of you most because me and you just had a conversation about you saying I just hate reading. It just I can remember, but this reading just ain't me. I gotta watch YouTube videos to get the content, but that was diligence. That was actual.
And I think that goes back to survival. You survive however you can.
Right.
I think that goes back to you find your style.
Right.
So for me, I was trying to be a Doug. I was trying to read everything and do it. That wasn't me.
Right.
And I think you learn what works for you and what does well. For me, I couldn't straight up study. Like I had to put it in action. So if I had something, literally, I would study it and I would find a way to do it while I was studying it. And that would ingrain in my brain. Like I learned by helping and I learned by doing. So yeah, straight up reading. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm trying to get into it. 2021, my goal is to read a book a month, but audio books and videos.
I love that. Yeah, it's just because we have so much. But I think, I was just actually reading something. I was saying a real difference between success with a lot of people is just their willingness to learn. People just get to a point where you think you know enough, or you just don't need that additional stuff, and it just hinders you.
How do you decide what book to read?
How do I decide what book to read? It's weird. Lately, the books kind of come to me. I'll be talking to somebody. Yeah, it's like I'll be talking to somebody and they'll say a book and I'll just kind of be like, look it up. And it's just like right there at the moment what I needed. Right now I'm reading Think Rich, Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The black version, read a black choice. They have the white version and the black version. It's nothing wrong. It just literally talks about two different situations to start from. And so African Americans should read the version that starts from that. More obstacles, more situations, but they talk about things such as I don't know, just like Bethune-Cookman and just how it started as a one classroom and then she was the only teacher and it led up to a college and everything she went through, and that like stuck with me because that's you know what I'm saying. It's just they come to me right now,
and I think that's where it is. It's trying to hone in on is that because now I'm not studying anymore per se for a testing room, right? So now I get an opportunity to hone in on exactly what I want to read about. Because what I've realized over these past, 2 years of really studying for the exam and getting prepared is that I can retain information pretty good if I do all the pieces that I need to ingrain it, into my brain. So I think now is next year is really okay. I wanted mental health, athletes, connecting people, prosperity. So really honing in and really choosing the particular books in that lane to read as opposed to going all over the place.
So actually, why I always have this question of when people are like, yeah, next year I'm gonna start this, like, why not today?
Yeah. Right. I love it. So it's not necessarily okay, no. So it's not necessarily I can't.
I'm not trying to be
no. I'm just it's just
get
it's one of those big things that I know that I want to do. Because 2020
to start today.
I do. And what?
This is something that you I just always, and you call it a challenge, call it whatever you want, but when people are always like, yeah, next year I'm about to start going to the gym, and I'm like, so what are you gonna do today?
See, so no. Yes, I can start today. But I guess in my I really am doing what I say I'm gonna do. So I guess I'm giving an overarching theme for my year next year, right? So my planning for so what I'm doing today is planning for how that's gonna look next year, right? So what I'm doing now over these next few weeks before the end of the year is lining up my books, how I'm gonna use them, how what I'm saying. So it's not necessarily starting the reading process, but it's preparing me for that moment. It's not just because I did almost everything that I said I was going to do at the beginning of the year last year. So now it's just what is my theme for next year. So it's more so a theme as opposed to me putting it off. I guess if that makes sense to defend my next year goals that
I feel
I'm
you.
doing for myself.
Hey, no,
that
no,
you
no.
coming for.
I'm not. I promise you. And that's why I don't like. That's why people call it a challenge or whatever you want to call it. But I do. I constantly.
Yeah.
I'm constantly challenging myself because I could easily say, yeah, all right, boom. In June, I'm gonna read this book, and I'm gonna read a book every month after that. And I'm not coming for anybody's situation. I'm just saying, like, it's like, okay, well, what are you gonna do now to get you there? Like, why not say, okay, I'm gonna read a chapter a month now to get me so that I can read, because I feel like we do that and then it comes and it's overwhelming.
Oh no. See, so for me, it was everything I did this year from studying, right, and doing all the stuff with so my brain has been. I don't want to just stop using that brain power that I was using to study and prepare.
Right.
So it's now replacing that with the book,
right?
I guess, so to speak. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm waiting for your book to come out. I'm trying to read yours.
Hey, I got a book coming out soon. Just let y'all know. I'm dead serious.
I know.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I let somebody read a couple pages the other day, and their reaction changed my life. I was like, hey, there's so many things that we have small ideas about, and then we just kind of throw away. Keep all those ideas, because I'm telling you, I wrote that book maybe a year ago and just kind of had it on the shelf.
But keep them and don't, because what happened is people would want to do something and then it won't get the reaction that you want. Like this book's gonna make me $1 million. It might not.
Right.
It might just be for that one freaking person.
Right.
You know, I was at something the other day, and this lady walked up to me, and I had loosely interactions. She never liked any of my Facebook stuff, and she just almost started crying. Like, your stuff is I watch it every time you put something out. No likes, no shares. It was just her saying how much she loved it. So what I'm telling you is that book, like, bro, that one person. So I think that's what stops a lot of people, is because they try to figure out how's it gonna make me money.
And that was the goal probably a year ago. Like, I'm trying to monetize that book. Everything.
I'm telling you, you will. But if your intention is to get it out and to continue to do it, and
I've changed a lot of my what's to whys lately. When I say what, I follow up with why. So it's like, what am I doing? Or but then also ask why. Like, what's the actual reason behind it? Does that make sense?
Wow.
Yeah, that's something I've been doing a lot, and it helps me. It really helps you get to another layer of what you're thinking in your mind. You know, asking yourself, why really am I doing this? And you don't have anybody else to answer it but you.
It's that strokes of genius, baby.
I'm trying. Strokes of genius, you know. Y'all need me tutoring, I got y'all. We plugging everything today.
Plug it all.
Plugging it all.
Plug it all. Code Drive coming up.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah. This is which number is this? This is the
number 4.
Number 4. Wow.
Number 4.
Wow.
What's the location?
It's like 7 locations that you could actually drop off at. But this year's Code Drive is this. I said Code Drive. This year's Code Drive is for Garden City. I can pull the flyer up right now. Kind of caught off guard.
No, my bad.
No, you good. This year's Code Drive is for Garden City Elementary. We'll be collecting coats until December 4th. Distributing them December 9th. You could drop off at where's the drop off spot? You could drop off at Farm Bergesa in Vinton, Sweet Donkey, St. John's Episcopal, Village Grill, Scratch Biscuit, Humble Hustle at 2750 Hoover, Fleet Feet, 3 Notch Downtown, and Bethany Christian Church.
Wow.
So I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
And they can they, so it's all drop off. Can they like order them and
you can order on Target, but you could just go on our Facebook, the Humble Hustle Facebook, and you can find the Target.
Just buy it straight from there, and it come directly.
It'll come straight to that.
That's super dope, man. Just the need, because you know, the pandemic and all, it doesn't mean the needs stop. If anything, they increase now.
Right.
So I think seeing what you're doing and continuing to, you know, try to give and continue to give even throughout all of this, I think that's really the mark of true leader and a true giver
That's right.
is when it's the worst times.
Mm.
Are you still going to be able to do it? So no, that's super dope.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you 39 coming up soon, right?
Better say it.
Hey, that.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Welcome to
30
the
and
club.
over, brother. It don't
Welcome,
even matter.
welcome. We
Don't
out
even
these
matter
20s.
the range now.
Well,
Don't even matter.
I turned 29.
Ah, here you go. But embrace that 30, boy.
You better
Yeah,
say
no,
it.
I turned 30.
Come on over
I'm
the hill.
excited. I'm excited.
You're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving plans. What y'all eating, man? Where y'all gonna
So
be?
you know what's funny? I saw the news was talking about that yesterday. People are hashtagging last Thanksgiving, saying this might be the last Thanksgiving for a lot of people because so many families are still agreeing to come together and have those huge Thanksgivings.
Oh, I just realized
So you get what I'm saying? Yes.
Huh? So
Oh,
I'm gonna be the
my
last.
God.
So people are saying right now,
Basically, the people
last
gonna die.
Thanksgiving. It's
Oh.
called last Thanksgiving because so many people are saying, forget that. I'm still going to Philly to see my family like I've been doing every year. I'm still going. We still going to have that 30, 40 family Thanksgiving. And so people are hashtagging last Thanksgiving saying this might be.
Might be it.
So I don't know. I think I don't even know what my people doing this year for Thanksgiving because
Oh, man.
they are COVID.
Yeah.
concerned.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I know I got some family that's not coming in, and then my
Yeah,
grandmother.
it's not gonna be the
is
same.
wanting to, like, move
Mine's
too
the same
much.
way.
Mm-mm.
I get it. I just like family time.
I know that's what
I like
Thanksgiving
family
really
time.
is.
Yeah.
It's the family, people coming in town, seeing people you ain't seen all year. I don't know what Thanksgiving's gonna look like this year.
Wow.
I might be at the crib.
Because we just got the governor report on what Sunday came down, dropped from 250 to 25 people.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a drastic
Mm-hmm.
drop.
Yeah.
yeah, I just
250.
I just don't know how you
Wow.
enforce it now. Like we were going to keep it going. It should have stayed that way.
Or it should have gradually went up
Yeah.
or gradually
Yeah,
went
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
They wait till the holidays.
I really don't. I mean, it's needed, and I guess statements like that is, I guess, what's hard for you. You wait to the holidays, but really, we should have already.
I think all it takes is the country to do like a 2-month shutdown.
Yeah. Like all the
Everybody,
other world.
everybody
Yeah.
shut down for 2 months.
Yeah,
We come out with good.
because if you look at other countries, very few are dealing with what we
dealing
do,
with what we do. Yeah.
and it started with them.
And we're a first world country. We're supposed to be on it.
You're supposed to be on it, but I think just because the individualism and the individualistic tendencies of
Mhm.
individuals, that it's like I'm going to do this regardless,
Right.
and we're all subject to it, but at the same time, it's I don't know.
It's crazy.
It's real.
So if I don't go anywhere, I'm gonna come to y'all crib for some food.
Come on,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
Come
let you
on.
know because
The wife cooks.
I ain't cooking no
She
big
cooking.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Say less, so I might have some
the
plans.
wife cooking, man. So I guess last minute, man. What y'all got? Y'all got anything
Got anything?
big coming up? Anything you want to share with the people?
I don't. Y'all have a good week. It's getting cold out there. Bring them coats out.
Supposed to be nice this weekend.
You think so?
Yeah, it's
It's supposed to be 70.
Wow. This might be the last one.
Yeah. So be safe and
It's 34 this morning.
yeah. It
That's all I knew.
it was-
I brought a coat out the closet. I ain't touched it. Man.
man, we appreciate y'all.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Hey, shout out to G. Appreciate you watching,
yeah,
bro.
G, you missed the debate, man. Go back and check it out and add in your comments. I'm going with Jeezy,
They said the
man.
vaccine is 95% effective.
I saw that, yeah, and I saw the price of it too. They trying to sell us stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll let y'all, not y'all act out there, but like other people get that first round testing, and
Mm.
then we're back.
I think it's going to the workers, the frontline workers first, like the nurses and doctors. And all
I
that
believe it.
stuff.
I just heard about a nurse here. She caught it 3 times. Literally catches it, gets sent home, does the whole thing.
Because
comes
you
back.
can't get it again. because
Yeah,
it's a
you keep,
different
and
strain.
they're working in the hospital with all these people. It's like
My
that's
wife's-
it.
My wife's uncle had
At
a,
what point do you become immune?
That's a good question. Yeah, it's like, at what point do they give you, like, stay for a little
Yeah.
bit? Obviously, you're catching it a lot.
yeah, my
Yeah.
wife's uncle said something really deep. He said, right now I got a 50-50. He said, cool. He said, right now I got a 50-50 chance to catch it and die. But if I get the vaccine, I still got a 50-50 chance of living. So either way, and I'm like, yo, what?
Hey, I love
But-
Is this the one that was repping?
No, it's another uncle. He's really, he owns.
another 35, you'll be 70.
Hey, bro,
Remember
that
that?
was crazy.
That
Your
was my brother. Yeah.
I love
He
family.
said,
members.
"Damn, in another 35 years.
Be be 7.
You'll be 7.
Oh, man, he made it plain. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's have a good one, man.
That's it. Thinking out loud.
Peace.
Peace.